For today's Cyber CEO episode.
I love when she calls me in the morning. It's good morning, Suzann. How are you? Good morning, Tina. And our call starts and she's got the energy and she has the plan put together. She doesn't skip a beat with that. But just who she is and what she brings to the table is awesome. It's fabulous. We're really happy. We have a lot of very successful single agents. And when I hear some of the things you're doing, I'm like, why don't you have a Cyberbacker? Talk to one of us who's using a Cyberbacker and let us tell you how great it is.
Welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our Cyberbackers helped our Cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome week here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Suzann, how are you doing today?
Doing really great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for giving us your time. I know you have a lot of things to do. We really, really appreciate you being on the show. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help here. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business, Suzann?
Sure. So I am founder and co-owner of Maximus Group with Keller Williams. Was previously a solo agent and partnered with a team member. And so we are establishing a team currently.
Gotcha. Now, how long have you been in the world of real estate?
That's a tough question. So back in Florida, previously in the, I always call it the boom, bubble, and the burst of the 2007, 8, and 9. So I was in it previous and then post that that moment. And Florida was a very different market than we see here in Arkansas right now. Was then chose to transfer into healthcare. And then when I moved here to Arkansas, was in a healthcare again, but then opted with the market that we have to get back into real estate.
Okay. So in and out of real estate, but still a lot of experience there though.
Absolutely.
Talk to me, talking about experience. Is this your first time working with someone virtual, by the way?
It is. And it's going really great. I had, I don't want to say doubts, but just unknowns. So it's fabulous. Really happy.
That's good to know that you're having a great experience with Cyberbacker. Now, talking more about that, how was it a big change for you? I mean, because I know for a fact, a few years back, we were kind of used to working with people that we can meet. Now, everything's going a bit more virtual. So was it a big change for you and your business?
I think a big change just because career-wise, when I was in the hospital setting, my assistant was always right there. And so that was something, again, that I was unfamiliar with and wasn't sure how that would work, but just shocked and surprised to see how well and how seamless it comes together. So
there we go. So how were you introduced to the idea of virtual leverage, to Cyberbacker?
Sure. So about a year ago, there was a meeting and one of our OP mentioned that he had one. So I heard the term. So that was probably the first time I heard the term, asked questions about it, found out it was kind of a connection through Keller Williams to some degree. And then was recently on a Keller Williams education call. And that's kind of what prompted a call came to me from being on that education and asked if I was interested in pursuing. So we set up our initial call and that's all she wrote.
Now, before you even got to work with a Cyberbacker, you went through our hiring process. How did that experience go for you? Was it a new experience?
Yeah, it was fun. They kind of described it as, a little bit of speed dating opportunities. So it was interesting to see. But what I loved about it, I may not have the right terms to this, but similar to when we work with agents and look to hire agents on our team, we use different personality profiles, assessments. And so we will use a KPA. So what was really nice is we knew what qualities we were looking for in someone joining our team and the things that really stood out for us. And so with you guys administering that assessment and allowing us to see that, and then a short video, because obviously I don't get to meet this person, in person. So seeing a video, just kind of seeing their personality come out of it, because when you watch multiple videos, not to discredit others, but some were more nervous, some were more comfortable, some just had more personality show in their video. So it was a really neat process though.
There we go. Now, talk to me about your cyberbacker. How did you make the final decision that she was the perfect fit for what you needed then?
Yeah, so I think we had a selection of, let's say, a handful or so, possibly a few more. And between reading the resumes, watching the short videos, looking at the assessments, the personality assessments, my partner and I tried to not share with each other who we were picking, so that it wasn't like, I want, so and so. So we tried to keep that kind of to ourselves until we got, through the initial interview.
Yeah.
And then we got off the call. We called each other and, sort of the 1, 2, 3, who's your pick? And it was clear to us who our pick would be. And Christina is fabulous, and we are excited. And she just brings so much to the team, and we're excited for her just to grow with us. So I'm really, I have used excited, but I'm really excited that she got in at the foundation of our team to really grow with us, rather than, everything is timing for everyone. But for us, it was nice to have someone come in the early stages, grow with us, rather than trying to catch her up on who we are. So
there we go. Good thing that you found your perfect match in Christine, your cyberbacker. Now, talk to me about her. What are the tasks you let her do every day for your business?
So every day she starts us off with a good morning call and lots of energy. So we start that off at 8 in the morning, and that's slated for 30 minutes. Some days it's 10, some days we're pushing the 35 minutes. It just depends.
Yeah.
And she kind of talks about our calendars, what bigger events that the two of us, as my business partner and I, have on our calendars, things, so we run kind of through the calendar, then we run through what Christine's working on that day, things she has on her task list, and et cetera. And so we kind of walk through her day, what that should look like. We talk about what priorities are, what's not, what we can shift to a new priority for today, because we all know that changes and sometimes changes overnight. So that's just a really great fresh start to our day. And then in regard to what she does for us overall, right now she's huge for us in our social media. She's working on different onboarding packages for us. So we're doing a lot of that foundational work right now, and she's really just jumping in. And I love her ideas that she comes up with. She's not afraid to speak up. We said, you are a part of our team, so we want to hear your voice as well. And we picked you for your skill set and your talent, so we want to see that,
So basically, 45 days into the partnership, she's already doing a lot for the business. Am I right?
Yes.
Now, of course,
Absolutely.
She's going to grow. She's going to continue learning with you in your business.
Yes.
My next question is, what are some of the new things that you got planned for maybe within the next 6 months from today?
Sure. So transaction coordination is definitely a direction we will go. We will have her also take over on connecting more with our contacts, and moving more into the business side of it. Hopefully, possibly we'll even need a second cyberbacker at some point, right? To replace her as she moves even further into the business. So we're always looking at the bigger picture, and want to grow her world as well. And so we feel like bringing her onto the team is a great opportunity to give back to her through the program, and offer her this. And yet it's a huge benefit for us.
There we go. Sky's the limit, of course, between your partnership.
Yes,
That's for sure. Now, 45 days in, just to let you know, it's just amazing that you already have this connection with someone who's virtual, just for a short span of time, right?
It's a shocker for me, trust me. I mean, I don't want to say hesitant, but it's an unknown. I'm like, what's it going to be like that I have to call her every time I need to talk to her, or text her, or send her an email? But I literally will text her, set up a Zoom, and we're on it in 30 seconds. And so we do a lot of Zoom, and I think that just stems from what from my past was most comfortable. So I'm a little more of the boots on the ground than my other business partner. And so I'm with Christine the majority of the day. So we start our call as all three, the three of us, and then I kind of take over from there. So we have our meetups throughout the day, but we do a lot of Zoom because it just helps me. But also you see personality, you see, reactions to things. You can see more character in that, but it works out great. I mean, it's really good.
I agree. Thank God for technology, right? It really makes the world feel a bit smaller because you can talk through Zoom. Now, you already mentioned about communication. My next question is something related to that. So what other tips can you give our listeners on how to create a successful partnership with someone who's virtual? Because for sure, some of them might have a difficult time transitioning into the virtual world.
I think having a clear plan. So Cyberbacker was also great. I mean, there's so many things I can talk about with the process for Cyberbacker when you spoke to that, but also working with us as setting up the 30-60-90. You know, what would be the things that we want to see? What are the things we would want to do in our 30-60-90? Obviously, that is a work in progress that will continue to change, but giving it a chance and realizing how great it is. So I can tell you, I'm already out there promoting you guys. We have a lot of, very successful single agents.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear some of the things you're doing, I'm like, why don't you have a Cyberbacker? They're like, well, tell me about it, because not that I'm the only risk taker, but I definitely am.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we jumped in and we said, we're going to do this. And so very thankful for it. So trying to get others to understand what they can really do, and just that it's unlimited. Not that every Cyberbacker probably is created equal, but between the training that can be created and then finding the right fit personality, I think anything can be trained, right? But it's finding that right personality fit so that they feel comfortable enough to speak up. We feel comfortable enough to say, that's not how we want this, and back and forth. And so, but I just encourage anyone, take that first phone call, learn more about it, or, talk to one of us who's using a Cyberbacker and let us tell you how great it is.
Again, it's not just the skills. Again, skills are very important, but I think really the personality match is very important, because again, it opens up the communication between the both of you, as what you mentioned earlier, right?
Yes. Yeah. If there's anything she doesn't know, she mentions it, no problem. Yeah. Like I'm always asking her, tell me what you don't understand or what you don't know, because, real estate wasn't her background naturally. So if we're talking about something, I'm like, I always want you to be in the know. And the more you can learn and grasp and understand about real estate, the more of an asset you are to our team. So don't ever hold back on questions or something that didn't make sense. Please ask, because that just makes us better.
Again, right there, I think that's already investing in your Cyberbacker's success too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like we said, we definitely want to grow her with our team, starting off here and in the foundation. But in the end, we see very big things for her. She already she takes a lot of leadership. She's really good with just implementing. So we really see her being able to work with our agents and follow up with them and make sure we're checking boxes, different avenues. So excited for the future for sure.
Imagine that's just 45 days. Imagine what you can do in a year or so.
Yeah, it's exciting for us.
Now, we've been talking about Christine, your Cyberbacker, for a while now, and I know she's going to be listening and watching once we have this online. So we'd like to know, what do you like most about Christine? What's the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about your Cyberbacker?
Sure. First thing that comes to mind. So when they, to talk a little more process, they will ask you, what are you looking for and what are your top 10 things, and give us a little bit. So we were looking for honesty, integrity, and a great personality. I don't want my morning calls to start like they're half asleep and tired, because I probably might be, and I need someone else to bring that energy. No. So, when you say what comes to mind first, it's hard for me to say one, but I love when she calls me in the morning. It's good morning, Suzann. How are you? Good morning,
Energy.
Tina. And our call starts and she's got the energy and she has the plan put together. She doesn't skip a beat with that. But just who she is and what she brings to the table is awesome. So
we are very, very excited to see what this partnership leads to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Suzann, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.